Hello friends, welcome to Database Academy. This is the continuation of our fundamental SQL series. Today we will explore what is RDBMS. RDBMS stands for Relational Database Management System, and we have many database which works on RDBMS model like SQL Server, Oracle, MySQL, even Postgres is also a database which works on RDBMS. Okay, it is based on a relational model introduced by EF code. So in this RDBMS, what happens? It is totally worked on relational model. So we can make a parent table and child table, and we can make a link or relation between both the table using this primary key and foreign key. Primary key and foreign key we will understand in upcoming videos. Data is represented in terms of rows in RDBMS. So in RDBMS, all the data that we store in a table, that will be stored in a form of rows only. A relational database is the most common used database because all the most complicated and big applications are using these databases only. Okay, now let us understand how this is going to help us. So we are creating a department table here. So we have a department number and department name. So these are the data we have. Okay, now we have a employee table, another table which is based on employee ID and employee name. So these primary key and the foreign key, for time being you just consider that a column which cannot have a duplicate, that will be a primary key. So here you can see that department number 10, 20, 30, 40 or employee ID 1, 2, 3, 4, they are never repeated. So these type of columns and the column values that it is containing, that column can be a primary key. Now let us understand the table structure in a database. So table in a SQL is, tables are fundamental way to store a data in a RDBMS. It contains a header row at the top of the table which gives us the list of column name followed by rows that contain data. So you can see here we are creating an employee table. Okay, now these here you can see that employee ID, name, date of birth, jobs and department and salary. These are the columns which indicate that which kind of data this column is having. So consider that, let us consider one example. You need to maintain the student data. So how you will maintain in Excel? You will create a student ID, name, date of birth, mobile and address like this, right? And below each columns you will mention that values for those respective values for this column, right? The similar way database also works. Like here also you can see that you are creating these columns, employee ID, name, date of birth, date of joining, department, salary, in the same way which you have created in Excel sheet, and these are your data. In database also will be a similar data in the below line. You can see that these are the data which belongs to employee only. How we can create a table structures, that we will understand. Okay, so for timing you can see that this is the employee table, all these details. So once we create a table structure, it will be, we need to mention all the columns name and their respective data types. So these data types can, for timing you can understand that these varchars can hold any characters or numeric also. Date field can hold like date of birth, date of joining, these things. Okay, and number is like only containing salary here. Like here it will contain only mobile number, which will be number only, right? So this will be structure of the employee table. We will understand in depth in upcoming videos. Okay, so this is the structure of the table, and this is the columns of the tables and their respective data type. Now records is basically an individual entry that exists in a table. So record gives complete information about a single entry. So here if we are trying to get the John details, so John is employee ID is 1, his date of birth is this one, date of joining, he is working in department, and salary is 50,000. So these data are displaying a data for a specific individual entry only, right? So we can get to know about each employee what and their respective data. So this is how, here also you can see that student ID 1 is to like student ID 2, we are able to get the data, right? This is how the table structure we will create, and how this is how that RDBMS store their data in a database. This is all about the RDBMS database. We will continue with this series. We will meet up in the next videos. Thank you so much.